El Shaddai bless you. Jesus Christ is Lord, and Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. I had a pretty interesting dream this morning, January 22nd, 2012. I was in a home that I've never lived in or have been in before. I didn't recognize it. I went outside, it was nighttime, to take out the trash, and in the horizon, I saw this star pattern. And basically, what I thought was like looked like a scorpion. That's the term that came to my mind when I saw it. And in real life, I've never seen this constellation before, but in the dream, my thoughts were this scorpion comes like on a cycle, and I was happy to see it come back because it's very bright and it's very pretty to look at. And while we're looking at this scorpion constellation type thing, uh, there was a nuclear blast that went off in the distance. And the thought that came to my head was, I don't know, maybe some of you can relate to this or not, but basically the thought in my head was, cool, finally, my time has come. I believe what God has been training us up for, the crap to hit the fan, my time has come. So anyways, she was freaking out. I was calm, knew what to do. So I basically grabbed her. We put our backs against his house away from the blast, and we just waited to see what happened. So nothing happened. The blast didn't get to us, so it obviously was pretty far away from us. Also, in the back of my mind was, of course, God is going to protect us. There wasn't any fear. Shortly after this, probably like 10 seconds, I look at the moon, and the moon in this picture was basically, if I'm looking at the constellation and the nuclear blast, the moon was basically at my 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock position. So I turn around and I look at the moon, and it basically is destroyed. It's not a big blast, it just kind of dissolves away. And it was kind of now daytime, but in the dream it was like probably within 10 seconds. I see the nuclear blast. I go over, shield my wife, and then I go outside and start looking at the moon. But in the dream it was daytime. Anyways, I look at the moon, and it was disintegrating, and it was kind of a cloudy day, and so it kind of disappeared. But I kind of knew in my spirit like it was going to come back, like I was going to see it through the clouds again. And so I waited a few seconds, and it came through, and it was smoldering on fire. The whole thing was smoldering on fire. And I kind of realized maybe that's what God meant by turning it into blood, because it was red and smoldering with fire. Again, like within a few seconds, I just start hit my knees, just start worshiping the Lord. This is it. This is the time we've been waiting for. So I'm worshiping on my knees, and I notice to my left there's a construction going on, and these guys are kind of wigging out. And so I start preaching the gospel to them, just saying, hey, you guys need to start worshiping and praying right now. Repent, because the time is short. And so basically, there was like 20 of us just worshiping and praying on our knees. And again, very short. Like, this whole dream was, when the Bible talks about, sudden destruction, that's what this dream kind of felt. You had the nuclear blast. It didn't seem very long after that, maybe minutes. I look at the moon is smoldering, and then after that, we hit our knees, and then just a few minutes after that, there's a foreign army, because we're worshiping and praying in the middle of this road, and we're just looking at the moon and worshiping God. There's this foreign army that pulls up with their convoy of troops, and the guy that's in charge of that convoy gets on his radio, and he's like, can I get a kill order? Basically to kill us, because he thinks we're blocking them from doing their mission. And I didn't have any fear. I just was kind of basically still worshiping, not really paying attention. And anyways, a superior officer from the foreign army comes over, basically tells this guy that, these guys are just worshiping, they're not here to stop you. And he basically kind of saved us. And then they went on. But I tried to find I seen the camouflage in my mind's eye. I've been on NATO bases. I'm a 9-year Air Force veteran, so I know what camouflage looks like, and the digitized pattern versus the old pattern, the old woodland, green drab pattern. This one, I found this uniform from Singapore. These are their new uniforms, and this is the closest that I could find. It was that lush green uniform, very lush green, wasn't drab at all, but it didn't have any contrast barely at all. It's almost like it was almost a solid color, but if you looked really closely, you can see maybe there's like a light yellow camouflage pattern in it. But this is as close as I can get it. I'm not saying Singapore is going to invade us, but this is as close as I can find to the lush green, more of a solid pattern and barely any contrast whatsoever. This isn't the second time that I've had a dream about the moon being destroyed. I don't know, it might have been 6 months ago, but in that previous dream, the moon was destroyed, and I barely had I turned my back and started running, and I felt like something grabbed me. So I'm not sure if that was the rapture or, again, you know, once this stuff starts happening, we're not going to have much time. I don't know. To be honest with you, most of my dreams have been the first thing that happens is the alien invasion. I've had many dreams about this, and in the dreams, right away, I'm gathering like-minded people to be the resistance. And so I've had a lot of dreams where the alien invasion is taking place, very strict control is taking place, but through the Lord's power, you know, me and about 10 of the people were able to kind of go where the Lord wants us to go and resist this new regime, quote unquote. So anyways, interesting dream. Would love your thoughts. I know a lot of people are getting moon dreams out there, but God bless you. Talk to you later.